In this lesson, we are going to practice dividing words into syllables. It's important to remember that each vowel sound in a word is in a separate syllable. When we look for vowels, consonants, and syllable patterns, we can decode words syllable by syllable. The 3 syllable division patterns we're going to look at today are the vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, vowel, consonant, vowel, and vowel, vowel patterns. It's important that we remember what the vowels are, which are A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes the letter Y. Let's take a look at some of the syllable division patterns. In our first word, the first thing we're going to want to do is label our vowels. So I'll label the A and the I. We're going to look at what comes between the 2 vowels. So in between these 2 vowels are 2 consonants. So this is a VCCV pattern. Whenever you see a VCCV pattern, you're always going to divide the word into syllables between the 2 consonants. So we would divide between the 2 B's. And then we would say each syllable and then blend them together. So we would have rabbit. And then we put together, we get rabbit. Let's look at the next one. In our next word, again, I'm going to label my vowels and then the consonant in the center. So this is a VCV word. Now, in a VCV word, you can either divide before or after the consonant. And depending on where you divide the word, it changes the vowel sound. So in this particular word, we're going to divide before the consonant. In the first syllable, we have an open syllable. That means this makes a long sound. So for this word, we would say pilot, pilot. In our next word, we also have a VCV pattern, but this time instead of dividing before the consonant, we're going to divide after the consonant. In our first syllable this time, we have what we call a closed syllable. In a closed syllable, the vowel would be short. So this would be lemon, lemon. You have to be very careful with your VCV words because of the fact that they can be divided either before or after the consonant. Sometimes in unfamiliar words, you'll have to play around with it to see which one gives you a word that you are familiar with. In this word, I'll label my vowels. Notice there's nothing that comes in between my 2 vowels. So this is just a vowel pattern. In a vowel word, each vowel makes its own sound, so the word can be divided right between the 2 vowels. Over here, we would have an open syllable, so it'd be long, so it'd be giant, giant. All right, on this slide, it just gives you kind of some directions about the things that we just did. So as you're doing some work on your own today, if you get stuck or need help, you can always look back at this. It talks about labeling your vowels and consonants, figuring out what syllable pattern you have, and then dividing the words correctly based on the rules that are for each pattern. We're going to practice some together. You're welcome to follow along, or if you have a whiteboard or a piece of paper near you, if you want to practice along with us by writing the words, labeling, and dividing, you're welcome to do that as well. You'll be doing some of these on your own in a little bit. All right, so in the first word in our blue, we're going to label our vowels, and then our consonant. And again, we have a VCV word. So remember, on the VCV word, you can divide either before the consonant or after the consonant. So let's start first by if we divided before the consonant. If I divide before the consonant, we have an open syllable, which makes it a long vowel sound. So this would be relax, relax. That sounds like a word I'm familiar with. I'll try it the other way just to see. So if I divide after the consonant, this time it's a closed syllable in the first syllable, and it would be a short sound. So it would be relax, relax. I don't know that word. The first one, relax, sounded better. So I would divide in between or before that consonant. And our next word in the pink, we have a vowel and a vowel, and nothing comes in between. So we would know we would divide right between the two vowels in our vowel word. This would be another open syllable. So we would have cruel, cruel, cruel. So our word is cruel. And on the word on the yellow, we would have our vowels labeled and then our consonant. So again, I have a choice of either before or after the consonant. So if I do it before, this would make it a long sound in the beginning because it's an open syllable. So we would have robin, robin. If I divide it after the consonant, it would be a short sound because it's closed. And it would say robin, robin. Robin is definitely a word that I've heard of. So I'm going to divide it after the consonant. And then our last word in orange, I will label my vowels and the consonants that come in between. It's a VCC word, VCCV word. So we know that we're going to divide it between the two consonants. So we would have after. All right. You're going to complete this assignment. And the first thing that you will do is read the sentence, look at the underlined word, and then you're going to put it in the correct column. It tells you to write the underlined word in the correct column to show which syllable division pattern it follows. So our first word, for number 1, we have there was an old trunk in the attic. So we have the word attic. I'm just going to write it over here because it's very small on mine. And so I notice right away that I have my vowel and my vowel, my two consonants in between. So this is a VCCV pattern. So then I would want to write the word attic in the box here, which is going to be very difficult for me to do on a screen that's little, but I'll try my best. Okay, so attic would go under the VCCV. And that's what you will do for the rest of them. Okay? If you get stuck or have any questions as you're completing this, remember to look back here at this slide, and it will kind of give you step by step what you need to do and then what you need to look for. All right, I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye.